YouTube, Glow Yard Gang, everywhere else, podcast listeners, welcome to another episode of We Talk Technical Difficulties. I'm sorry, I mean We Talk Combats, where we talk all things combat sports and sports entertainment. I am one of your hosts, King. I'm joined with my fellow co-hosts. We'll start with Queen. How are you today, babe?
I'm doing excellent today. As you can,
We Talk Technical Difficulties. What's up, Travis? How are you today, bro?
How you doing, bro? Everything's all good. How y'all everybody else doing?
Can't complain. Well, everybody else. Okay. BA, I'll get to you, bro. How are you today?
Cool. Got heavy hearts, but I'm here. Let's go. Let's rock.
All right. What up, Devon? That's 3 in a row. How are you today, bro?
Having a dirty domination. Damn, that's been dirty dominated weekend.
oh man, well, it sounds like you're doing good.
Do us a huge favor, guys. Please hit that subscribe button if you're new around here beside Devon's left shoulder. Also, hit that like button if you're new or old to the channel. Please help us out getting that algorithm. And also hit that notification bell so you're notified whenever we have new shows. We normally have them Sunday afternoons, but sometimes Sunday evenings and things like that. Also, do us a huge favor while you're at it. Follow us at We Talk Combat Clips, where we have the condensed version of these shows. Do us a favor as well and follow all our socials in the descriptions, mainly Playback and Discord, where you're able to be a part of watch parties with us every time WWE has an event. So check us out over there. I'll let Devon discuss a little bit more about that later on, but welcome to the show. Normally we get to our highs and lows, talk a little bit about the tea, and take some questions at the end. If anybody, I guess myself, anybody else on the panel, hit us with the @WTC for We Talk Combat, so we know you're talking to us and not one of the fellow Glow Yard members. But I guess let's get straight to the highs and the lows, guys. All right, Joe. So we had a WWE week again. Raw. What is it? NXT, TNA Impact, which none of us are able to see still. We got to get there eventually. SmackDown, but we also had Worlds Collide this week as well. We also had a little bit of boxing as well with Canelo versus Crawford. So we're going to get to this week of combat just in general. Actually, let me talk about a little bit of highs and lows real quick, give it to you before we get to the week so that everybody can give their condensed, reviews of the week. We had Cody returning SmackDown, a little more Jack pause. I guess he was working on for Street Fighter, the movie, but he made sure to take his jacket off and show everybody that coming back, I guess giving a reference to John Cena in a way. The champ is back. But we also had Worlds Collide. I'll put that in the people's face. I don't really want to say these people's names. I would have Devon read them, but I'm going to try. We had the champion, El Hijo del Vikingo.
El Hijo de Vikingo.
There you go. Versus Dirty Dominic Mysterio for the AAA World Championship. And spoiler alert, I got Dirty Dom is now the AAA champion and the Intercontinental champion for WWE. Nice graphic right here they had created for him with Rey Mysterio, his dad, giving him the crown now, calling him the king of the luchadors. Shout out to Dom for that. That was an awesome moment. But also had some other matches as well. Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana versus Finn Balor and Roxanne Perez. I believe Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana got the victory in that one. You had Psycho Clown and Pagano. They are the tag team champions for AAA versus the New Day. Actually, it wasn't a New Day. Xavier Woods was dealing with, head surgery he had. So Grayson Waller took his spot, and Psycho Clown and Pagano retained their championships. The Fatal 4-Way match, you had Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Ethan Page, and how do you pronounce, Devon, the champion's name for the Latin?
El Hijo de Dr. Wagner.
There you go, Dr. Wagner Jr. I'll just call him that. He's the champion. He retained his championship, so shout out to him for that. Another match for the number one contenders for the ladies championship in AAA. You had Fabi Apache versus Natalia, a Bloodsport natty, and Natty picked up the victory. And in the 8-man Lucha Showcase, you had La Parca, I don't even know other guys, El Toro and all versus LWO. Who else was the LWO? I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know the names of the guys over there. I wish I did. Shout out to Pro Wrestling and MMA News for this graphic. But you had the team with La Parca and all pulling out the victory in that match. So I'll let you guys go to the week, and I'll first start with you, Queen, I guess. Babe, what were your overall highs and lows for this week of wrestling? Actually, no, I'm sorry. Let me do this as well because I'm going to include this. Actually, no. I'm just going to do wrestling first. What were your highs and lows of this week's wrestling product? And also give me a letter grade as well.
So,
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Travis, we're going to go to you, bro, and come back to Queen once she gets back.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no. Queen, you're back. Go ahead. No, Queen, you're back. Go ahead.
Okay, as I said, my high was definitely the Jade match with Tiffany Stratton. She looked really good, and I feel like it was definitely a moment for her to shine. They put on actually a really good match. Even Tiffany, who I don't really usually give a lot of praise, but it was a nice match to watch. There was a bunch of stuff that happened during the week, like Cody came back, went. I think Roman came back at the beginning of the week, went.
Did he? No
I feel
Roman
like
yet.
Nikki Bella had like a crappy match. No Roman yet. Okay, I was trying to remember everything that happened all over the week. But as I said, like that was really my highlight of the week, to be honest. But to talk about the AAA that we had over the weekend, the Worlds Collide, I have enjoyed the last one, and I really enjoyed this one. My favorite matches actually overall were the 8-man Lucha Showcase is always hilarious because we get to get some humor stuff in between. Let's see. Dominic's match. I don't really like. I don't want to say I don't like Dominic. I do feel like a lot of his moves look sloppy, but he really overall looked really good. And I also liked his little banter back and forth with Ray before the match, him talking about, when I'm done, you're gonna crown me. You're gonna put the belt around my waist. And then Ray's like, no. And he's like, yes, you will. You're gonna put the belt around my waist. So I thought that was cool. Like this is a pretty awesome long-term payoff of this. Ray and Dominic and him being his.
All right, Travis, now should go.
Okay, you hear me? So basically this week of wrestling, I really thought that Raw was kind of like basic. Like I really didn't get excited for Raw this week. Nikki Bella made it worse, the Oscar. What I would say is that can we get more of these Oscar backstage promos? Not even because of Oscar, it's because of Kyrie that makes these things more interesting and funny. I love that spot in the end of the AJ Styles and El Grande Americano. There's a little reversal into the Styles clash. I thought that was pretty neat. What else? Okay. Can we get Roxanne? No, I'm sorry, not Roxanne, Raquel Rodriguez in a title picture because I think she's getting like 100% better. Like she's wrestling like as far as like a big person, as far as like she's moving around in the ring, like she's being kind of fluid with her moves and everything like that. I think after this match at Wrestlepalooza, I think now we need to get her in the title picture some type of way of fashion or whatever. But okay, as far as NXT this week, like I said, I think this Trick and Melo thing coming back and joining fighting supposed against DIY and Homecoming. I believe this is this week. I think in NXT.
Yes.
I love the triple threat match as far as like the Sol Ruka, Zarya, Izzy, Tatum Paxi, and Fatal Influence. My favorite part was when Sol Ruka and I'm sorry, Zarya got eliminated when she actually put Zarya into the front of Sol Ruka and she put in the Soul Snatcher. I think that's like one of the top moves in wrestling so far. I still think it's better than the coup de grace. Sorry, King. But this is my one thing about as far as like NXT this week. I don't know if Stephanie was supposed to be hurt or anything like that, but she just popped up on NXT out of nowhere. Like, where was she this past few weeks on Raw? Like, we know that you have a big title match and all that stuff get ready to come up, but I figured, like, since this is big, I figured you should be on Raw some type of way, unless she's injured. But I don't know if she was injured or not. Maybe y'all guys know, but I totally don't have an idea if she was hurt or not. I thought Brock tearing his pants against R-Truth. I thought that was pretty hilarious. Now, Tiffany. I don't know how Tiffany was able to finish that match after that moonsault and her hitting her head on the ground. I don't know if that was like planned for Jade to move out the way, or Jade was supposed to catch her some way of fortune like that. But it looked pretty gruesome. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Nia Jax kind of interfering and all that stuff, maybe possibly making it a triple threat match. Now, this is the same thing I feel as far as like the Stephanie situation with Cody. Like, you was gone for a while too, but didn't he still have a podcast episode while he was gone? But then that month he was out with what's that? The Bruce Pritchard. So you tell me he was out, but you were still able to do podcasts and all for the week. But you could have been on TV with like doing something, wrestling, a little promo here and there. Anything like that, but Worlds Collide for me was like the best thing throughout this whole week of wrestling. Like, I figured Conan, he did better this week as far as like his AAA Mania thing. Like, he seemed like he was more talkative, he was more fluid, he was more into the matches this week. He didn't talk like this for a change this time, but and actually, I like Dom getting over, winning the championship. I actually like Ray getting on the internet saying that, look, you're not the only double champ that was in this family. I, too, was also a double champ. Remember, I was a double champ with Billy Kidman, and we was the tag team champions, and I also had the Cruiserweight championship at the time, too. Also, I like, sorry again, King, your boy taking L this week. Even though Finn didn't take the pinfall, he still lost. It's always a great day of wrestling with Finn losing. I wish I would see more Bloodsport Natty on the main roster. I think she probably gonna win the what's it called? I don't want to say it wrong. The Reina's championship, their women's championship. I just got a hunch. But yeah, for this week, I give it a B minus. As far as like the overall everything for the week.
All right, so a B minus from Travis. We're gonna go back to Queen while we got you real quick, Queen, babe. What is your continue what you were saying, your review, and give us your grade as well.
I was gonna say that the weakest match I felt like during the Worlds Collide.
Geez, it's cooking her. Pause. But
I felt like sorry.
No, you're back. You're back. Go ahead. Yes. Then she left again. BA, we're gonna go to you, bro.
Yep, go ahead.
Oh, I feel bad now. Okay. So Raw. I think we're missing like the most important thing that happened on Raw so far was, and shout out to Jimmy making his return. And that segment that they had in the very beginning of him and his brother. It just felt more natural, more fluid when it comes to Jay and just talking on the mic. So he definitely needs Jimmy. It just flows better. And Jay has all the charisma that Jimmy does not have. But at the end, when LA Knight was doing his LA Knight thing and they had the one up on Vision, we saw what we saw. We saw Jay Spear, LA Knight. And that's what you wanted to see. You wanted some type of payoff from Roman talking to Jay. You wanted to see why did they have that segment? Why did they show us that a couple weeks ago? What were they going to do with it? This is the continuation of that. I don't think Jay's going to go forward here whatsoever. He's too much of a sell, right? I mean, his merchandise is going crazy right now. So But just to have him have some type of hard edge to him, some type of, yo, I'm not just a gimmick guy. I'm just not just the Heat Man and all this other stuff. Like, yo, y'all need to take me serious. I am about that championship belt. I was waiting for this because once you get the championship belt and then you lose it, everything should be, I need to get it back. And we wasn't getting none of that from Jay. So the fact that he's actually starting to show that is like the next layer to what main event / right-hand man / whatever Jey Uso is becoming. This is what we needed to see. So that's a step in that direction. Even if he got to take out his brother in the process, it don't matter because his brother's going to eventually fall in line anyway, regardless. So it doesn't matter. It's a moot point. I just need to see this type of flow to continue on. So that was the most important thing that I got from Raw. NXT, like I said, I did enjoy Carmelo coming out and doing the thing with his Trick Williams pause against DIY, and I think that's going to be more things to come from that. I also enjoyed the fact that Stephanie and Valkyrie came out at the end of the show, Trish Stratus and Rhea Ripley, just to make those appearances, and they're going to be on Homecoming on probably some 6-woman tag or something along those lines.
Were you throwing shots at Tiffany, or you really were calling her Trish Stratus?
That was Tiffany.
Did I say Trish Stratus?
Yeah, you said Trish Stratus.
Yes,
oh,
sir,
I'm
you
tripping. I don't think Trish Stratus has ever been on NXT. So no, that was not a shot. That was a blooper. Thank you for correcting me, guys. So yes, Tiff. So it was glad. It was good to see them, and it's good to see the fact that they're going to be on a Homecoming. So I'll be definitely checking that out. SmackDown was SmackDown. I hate R-Truth, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not for this role that he's doing. I understand that people love it, and that's the problem, that so many people was loving it. Like, it's one of those segments that's going to go down probably in like, recent history is one of the better segments when it comes to SmackDown. Like, it was in one of those moments. Like, he did his thing, pause, and Brock went off character, was laughing way too much than what he should. So he got him to break character, and then he broke his pants. Pause. Like, it's one of those moments, right? It's a highlight, but I don't want to see it. I don't. After we had all these conversations about where we expected our killings to go from here, from that point, it's like everything else is just like, it's just gonna fall on his face for me. So I can't even enjoy a probably enjoyable segment from R-Truth. I just can't do it anymore. So that throws me off. And then Cody comes back at the end. I didn't care. I mean, I figured he was gonna come out eventually. I enjoyed the match between RKO and Drew, but it is what it is. That's what happens. So not necessarily 100% fan of that, but it's Cody's gonna be Cody. The AAA Worlds Collide, that was excellent to see. I mean, once I saw Judgment Day losing their individual / tag matches, I said, oh yeah, Dom's gonna win for sure. So I wish that didn't happen as it did, but for Dom to take that victory, it was great. It was well done. Shout out to El Grande Americano, came and did this little behind the back pass, which was on the money, 100% right next to Dom, and he scooped it up and got the pinfall, got the victory from that. So it's just great to see that. Now let's see the outcome for that. What's going to happen now? Is he going to lose the IC belt? Can somebody else eventually get the IC belt? He's going to carry around that AAA for probably quite some time. If Trick can hold the TNA for as long as he did, he's going to hold this particular belt for probably even longer. And they're probably okay with that because it's Rey Mysterio's son. So, what are they going to do? But all in all, this week as a collective, I'm just going to go with a C+. I was entertained. I like Jay's outcome. I'm not a fan of Cody coming out and trying to be super this and all this other stuff. And he does look jacked. Like, he took a little, just a little bump of steroids, just a little bit, allegedly. And I'm not feeling that. So, that's where we at. C+. All right, probably Dev, you want to go up?
I'm sorry, bro. Blue
You're
ball me.
muted.
I was talking. I forgot I was muted. But I was gonna say Queen. I'm gonna save until let you go before I give my take. But Devon. You're up next, bro. What are your highs and lows of this week's wrestling? And what's your letter grade?
So I want to first apologize in advance, just in case, because I have some background noise going on. So if any of that comes through, I apologize. I did try to turn on the noise cancellation, so hopefully that helps. But just a few things that I kind of took away from this week with Raw. It was nice to see Jimmy and Jay together. I honestly still think that it looks like I don't know how long they're going to be together. I don't know if Jay is going to end up doing something down the road, especially when his wife comes back. But I guess that's just, whatever. My highlight, like I said last week, AJ Lee. And it was a different type of segment, I guess. I love the fact that the crowd ended up chanting therapy. And again, my big thing with her is just the advocacy of mental health and taking care of it, taking care of yourself. Her talking about her own experiences. That was my huge takeaway from that particular show. And then, of course, my guy Dirty Dom, which actually he's going to be part of the reason why my score is not an F. I'm actually scoring a C. But it's not an F because my guy Dirty Dom, he got the strap. Pause. But he's doble campeón, rey de los luchadores. He's double champion, king of the luchadors. And I just love this segment. I'm not a huge Rey Mysterio fan. So the fact that Dirty Dom won the title and forced his dad to put that on him, and he pushed him around in the ring while he was doing it, I was loving it. Granted, I understand the story behind it. Behind the scenes is more of a sentimental kind of thing because his dad came out there to put the title on him. So I'm sure that behind the scenes, that was a special moment for both of them. But as far as kayfabe is concerned, I loved it. One part that I don't know is talked about enough on NXT, Javon Evans is crazy. He is wild. And I was looking at something else, and I just happened to turn my head, and the show starts with Javon Evans walking out with a microphone. And the next thing I know is I see him, Undertaker flying over the top rope, just out of nowhere. I believe I can fly. And he's just soaring like somebody tossed him over those ropes. And like that it was crazy. It was wild. And just to see that kind of opening on NXT, I mean, I'm not sure if they've done that more frequently because I'm just kind of getting into watching it on a weekly basis, but that was beautiful. So, props to him, props to all those guys for pulling off the segments that they did. I can't wait to see more. Can't wait to see their interaction with Oba. And and the last from Joe Hendry, but and then SmackDown, Brock. I don't like what they're doing with R-Truth. I don't like the regression. I don't like them going back to him basically just jobbing and being a comedy act. I like the fact that he has his humor, and I think he makes moments more memorable because of his humor. But I also think they really need to go with a more serious role with him at the same time. Even if they go the route of the split personality, I feel like they need to give him a bit more of a serious run and give him a title, something besides a 24/7 title, like something serious. And I honestly, I thought they were going to be doing that before. I don't see any of that happening right now. I'm pretty sure that whole segment was probably Brock's idea, just because Brock and Ron Killings or R-Truth have a history of being good friends. So I'm sure he just wanted to work with him. And that was just how they pulled that segment off, or what the purpose was with the segment. Otherwise, there was zero meaning to it. Zero reason for R-Truth to even come out. But you know, I am glad that he's getting TV time. I just don't like the way that they're using him. I hope that he gets a better push, but I don't really see it. Then with the live event this past week or this past weekend, I love luchadores. I love the lucha libre, you know, show in general. I was a big fan of the entire broadcast. I love Natty. I love Bloodsport Natty. I love seeing her being aggressive in the ring and just dominating. And I hope to see more of that down the road. I hope that she gets some more championship opportunities with that role. I guess it's a licensing thing going on right now with it, but hopefully, you know, we get to see more of that and see her benefit from it. But of course, the highlight of that show for me was Dirty Dom winning his match. I understand the Grande Americano interference and everything, but I kind of wish that they would slow down a little bit with that and let Dom win on his own. When he had the segment with Finn saying to go out there, you know, with no help, I had hope that they weren't going to show up, and then they showed up. So even though I'm glad that he won, I just hope that they give Dom more opportunities to win on his own and to give him a bit more, I don't know, make him look a little stronger than what they're doing right now. Still ultimate heel. I think he's doing great work, but I just think that he needs to be allowed to work by himself for a bit. But overall, like I said, I give it a C for the week.
We have a what's that? B minus, C plus, and a C. Queen.
So I'll just hurry up and give my rating real quick, a C minus. I'll say why I'm gonna give it a C minus is that the weekend basically saved a lot of the shows, to be honest, as far as entertainment wise, but there was some good matches I felt like during the week, but then there was a bunch of just like BS during the week as well. I actually really like Raquel Rodriguez and her development. I wanted to say too is and
Okay.
being more of a China, Raquel Rodriguez. I was trying to like close that up real quick before it cut me off, but I felt like her and Jade, as far as the women, shine this week in terms of talent, and I didn't see any of the NXT, or I would have given an opinion on that. But D, I would say a D for the week, though. I mean, sorry, not a D, a C minus for the week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Queen with the C minus, Travis with the B minus, BA with the C plus, and Devon with a C. Correct. I'm gonna give the show. I'm gonna agree with BA this week. I'm gonna give this week a C plus. I wouldn't give it exactly a B. B is the upper tier for me. It's not the upper tier, but for WWE, it's the upper tier for me. And then A is when you're just wow, like what happened. For a week to get a C plus for WWE is actually great for what's been going on recently. Raw, like you guys said, Raquel Rodriguez. I've been on the Raquel Rodriguez train for a while now. Like we talked about since Kevin Nash, I feel like called her out. She's taking it to heart, and that's what you want your greats to do. Actually appreciate what the legends tell you to do, and take that to heart, and actually develop your character and become something else. And right now, she's safe. She's taking care of the ladies. It doesn't look ridiculous. She's handling a situation like she does. Screw being in the championship picture. She needs a championship. I thought it should have been her instead of Io Sky. Real talk. Like Io just lost it. There wasn't a reason for Io. You could have won it with Raquel Rodriguez. But Travis, your question was Stephanie Valkyrie. Yes, as Ro would say, she was just gone, came back. She has a big match at Wrestlepalooza. Like, I mean, it doesn't make sense. It is what it is. It's WWE. Dirty Dom shines as always. The New Day fails as always. Let me think of what else. Jay and Jimmy. It was nice seeing them together again. Like I say, we're going to get more of an aggressive side. I think they are going to stay together. I think they brought Jimmy over there for a reason. And with what's her name, Naomi being over there as well, even though she's gone now. I think they're going to stay together. I don't think they're going to break up with them getting back together. Jay just won a championship. So what I'm having that him and Jimmy are going to be cool. I think they realize that's the missing piece, kind of like BA said. I think they'll have more of a edge to them, though. Be kind of like when they first became this type of Usos, when they went from the Haka to this one, that kind of edge they had at first. Like I think that switch, but more developed at this point. I wonder if they're gonna change their theme though. The old theme, the kind of Jimmy Uso theme now, but with the Jey Uso words. But we'll see what they do with that. Probably not with the way people yeet and do all that stuff. NXT was awesome. Was this week?
Repeat that.
Was this the week that Jada and Lash wrestled, or was that last week?
That was last week.
That was last week. Okay. Making sure get my weeks mixed up. But like I said, Javon showing off. I want to talk more about NXT when we get later on. Carmelo Hayes returned. Talked about the DIY, and they're going to have their situation. That should be a good match. Who else? The Ethan Page, Chelsea Green thing. Like I think they're I don't know what they're going to do with them, but I think they're a team. Like they're a bond. They need to be together. I don't know if they're going to introduce him or incorporate him with the Secret Service or whatever, but somehow, some way, I think they need to get him involved, maybe on the main roster.
That's a great call-up I did, too. I like that.
What? Oh, call-up idea you saying with the
Ethan Page should put him on part of that. Yeah. Just for a little bit, and he can branch out. No, that's a great call-up idea.
Yes. Well, something like that. But what else is going on? NXT. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't know. They didn't do anything. Oba, and is that Oba and Ricky gonna wrestle each other at this? Is that this week they're gonna wrestle each other or no?
No, that's next week. That's at the their PLE.
That's gonna be the PLE. Okay, so later on it is. Okay, so it's not the Heat Wave, whatever the hell it is. What's the thing they got going on?
That's homecoming.
Homecoming,
that's this other week. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean NXT always showing off. Shawn Michaels producing great product over there with the guys. He said it's the most entertaining wrestling show, 2-hour wrestling show there is. So he throwing shots at the other guys. So they're doing their thing over there. I just wish it actually meant something. Like they got to get it to mean something when NXT actually means something, and what you do over there actually transfers over in a way. Like they got to get that together. But NXT did its job. SmackDown, the Cody Rhodes thing, who cares? Randy Orton, I knew Randy wasn't going. They had to get Drew McIntyre to get the win because I like the way he took the win. It was kind of like the referee kind of screwed him over. I think Randy's going to turn heel with this whole kind of winning matches and guys screwing him over. Like even R-Truth and all that screwed him over and all. It's like, what are y'all doing? And I'm being nice instead of just RKOing y'all and punting y'all in the head as well and going and win my matches. But I do think he's going to turn. I thought him and Drew had a good match. Didn't want to see Cody. There's no build to this. I was wondering if they were going to put the title on the line because maybe Drew had a chance that the title wasn't going to be on the line because Cody just returned. I was like, maybe they're just having a match and it's not going to be on the line. Drew gets a victory. Maybe Cody and him could wrestle again, and Cody would then win as they would set it up. But it's already for the championship, so they get 1 week. This last SmackDown, the send-off SmackDown will be them having their talk, and then they'll be going right into an event. Is it just me, or does it feel like Brock Lesnar is always called on to put the nail in the coffin for black guys? I don't mean to make it a racial thing again, but golly, man, like whenever you get that Brock Lesnar call, bro, it's a wrap. This Ron Killings R-Truth thing was like, when I saw this, I was like, it's over. I thought about you, Devon. I was like, I'm sorry, Devon. Like he's not. And when they should. When I saw this happen. And seeing with the way Ron Killings wants to do music and all, I was like, man, you should have just let him go. That's really what I thought when I saw this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, they should just let R-Truth go. If he was okay doing this and they had no idea, and Triple H was just going to say F us either way, just let him go. Somebody else could have had the spot because really he rarely shows up. He's a special attraction as well. So
I think that the way that it happened is probably the bigger focus than the fact that it happened at all. Where someone like me, I feel like he deserves a send-off at least.
Mm-hmm.
At least acknowledging the fact that he's leaving, that he's done or whatever. And, just something to give him his flowers for the time that he was there. But to bring him back, just the job, nah, that's not worth it. That's worse in my opinion.
I agree.
You're basically putting him back out in the field and just cracking the whip even harder now, just to make sure that he's doing what everybody asked to have him back there to do.
I agree with that. I also the Jade Tiffany match. I thought it was fine. I'm guessing they didn't have it end because they want. I'm hoping Jade to win the title at a PLE, so she can get a crowning moment there instead of it being on a SmackDown. Um, I don't think Jade was supposed to catch Tiffany. I think she was supposed to. She tried to land that, like she thought she was
Tiff flipped
going to
all
do.
the way over.
Yeah,
to
she
her
did a
feet
gymnastic
coming
like
down,
flip, but
so
she actually went too far
she
and
went too
almost
far.
she almost hit her head coming back down. That's what I was worried about, her hitting her head, but I think she tucked her chin, so she was
Like,
good.
'cause I thought the same thing too.
That was the main. That's for your knees and all for us older folks. Woo! For her to think she could land that off of that and do that. That's why I say these women be taking some mean bumps at times, and I'm like, I'm gonna get underpaid and all. They be doing some ridiculous things. I'd never would think to do that, but yeah, SmackDown was just SmackDown. Raw was just Raw. This actually, in my opinion, is AAA event Worlds Collide. Is it wrong? My least favorite so far, 3. So now I don't mean the best show of the week, but this is my least favorite, and let me tell you why. I feel like it was 3 matches in a row in the middle of the show where they all ended with like a roll up. It was 3 in the middle where they just all ended because it was like kind of like sloppy booking and lazy booking. When you do that, we don't want to really have one guy put somebody over and on. It's like, I want to find a way to do it. Even with Natalya and Fabi, they had an awesome match. That was awesome, but then just one with a roll up. Feel me? Like that, the 8-man Lucha showcase with the Falcon Arrow by the guy. I don't know what's his name. They're trying to destroy the smaller guy and all. When he did the Falcon Arrow on one of the LWO guys, I was like,
yeah.
And he held it for a second. Did that? I was like, bro, what is going on?
MVP twice. He's killing it.
Yeah.
Like he has such body awareness. He's an excellent.
And I think La Parca won that match with a roll up on like El Toro or something like that. Like there was a bunch of those. So Lola Vice, I think Lola Vice, with her having an MMA background and all that stuff, and actually her look and all that, being the Miami lady, I think she actually. I think she's going to be. She could be somebody. You know, I know she's the best speaker, and all she has a heavy accent and all that. I don't want to say she's the best speaker, but she can speak. But just with the heavy accent and all, people may not understand. Put her with a manager. That's what I always say as far as that. But she can. I think they're going to push her. I think she's in line for the NXT championship, the ladies, or whatever. She may be number 1 contender, something like that. So I think they're going to. Yeah, she's the future. I think if they push her right. And you know, Triple H, depending on Triple H and Paul, if he likes her or whatever, but I think she can be somebody. With the other match, I thought the Latin championship, that was an okay match. It was fine. It wasn't nothing spectacular. You got them guys doing what they do. Like everybody just did what they did. It was entertaining. New Day, bro. I'm so done with the New Day. I'm sorry. I'm so done with the New Day. Not just them. They're done with the Wyatt 6, bro. Stuff could have been different right now. We'll get to the tea and all with that, but
go ahead.
So real quick, and I forgot about it. Thank you for bringing it up. You know, it works that Y6 and whatever it is, whatever phenomenon or lack of it, whatever entity it is, it works for AAA though.
Yes,
because they do the clowns and all that other stuff.
Yes,
that type of atmosphere works for them, not the mainstream, but for them. So I hope they can switch off and kind of just y'all do your AAA thing and be amongst that crowd because it's entertaining for them, not for the main crowd. Go ahead.
Because the storylines don't really matter as much in AAA. Not to go at them as all. As far as what I'm watching, when I watch it just for entertainment right now. Like crazy, they do weird. They have matches with puppets. You feel me? Like that's the type of stuff. So Wyatt 6 will work there. But as far as the regular stuff, like just stay away, man. But it is what it is with that. Like I said, overall, I'm gonna give the week C+. I thought it was entertaining and all. Maybe one step away. I'm interested in seeing what next week's wrestling is going to be. But let me get to this as well, guys. While we have the chance to finish the reviews for the week, we had Canelo versus Crawford yesterday evening. Well, actually, this morning it would technically be because they started fighting around like 12:30 Eastern. But go around the room, just everybody give your opinion, man. What you thought about the fight, if you watched it, and you know, give I guess a letter grade for this as well. I'll start the other way. Devon, did you watch?
So no, I'm old. I actually fell asleep before it came on. I tried to watch it, but I passed out because of how late it was.
That's fine. I understand. BA?
Yeah, It did come on late, so I totally understand. I also fell asleep, but I rewatched it though. So before I seen the spoilers and everything, and me and King, we was talking about it on the chat. It's like I think we both wanted a legendary match, and I wanted Bud to be the no undisputed like champion, no doubt. I wanted him to leave no doubt in anyone's mind that he's one of the best fighters of all time, and he proved that. His ability to counter and counter punch as swiftly and as smoothly as he does is one of the best that you'll ever see. And the fact that he can box both ways. He can box regular, and then he can do southpaw. And he was south the whole entire match. So Canelo had to get used to that. Southpaw, so he had to get used to that. So it was one of those matches where, like, he had to put on a show for everybody. That all the non-believers out there, they would say, "Oh, he's too small." Pause. His weight ain't up there. He's too old. It was so many excuses on why he should lose, and he crushed all of them, and why he won. So it was a masterful performance, and I'm glad that everyone got to see how great Bud Crawford is, because he's definitely one of the ones.
What's your letter grade?
It was an A+ for me.
All right, Travis.
Well, actually, I did fall asleep on a fight too,
but
I did. No, but I did watch it. I got up and I did watch it again early this morning. But it did what it's supposed to do. Like they both did a good job. It didn't disappoint in any other way like that. It just started out slow. I guess the whole filling out process, but once it went further down the line and started to pick up, like, yeah, Bud pretty much dominated this whole entire fight. It did a good job. I hope they run it back, just how good it was, but they did a good job. I give it an A.
Okay, babe. I know you were asleep beside me, but you ended up seeing. You woke up in the morning.
Yeah, I did actually watch it. Yeah.
That's good that she watched it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I realize I'm getting a little old.
Oh, you back again?
Yeah. I did not end up being disappointed, just like everyone said. Crawford was excellent out there. There were moments in the match that I saw, especially out of the highlights that I saw, where, like, I really feel like this is one of them situations where I'm glad Crawford now is going to be able to get some good paydays, because he only made $10 million off this match, and Canelo made like $100 million. And that also now, he's got a triple, which makes him, I guess, the male Clarissa Shields at the moment.
Yes, ridiculous. The shake.
Yeah.
You and BA and Devon shook their head in unison all at the same time. Like, yeah.
I know.
What's your overall letter grade, Queen? If you can hear.
Like, really should just call me Glitchy Queen, probably.
Okay, what's your overall letter grade? Okay, I'm gonna get back to her. This fight was an A+, guys. It was an A+. It wasn't the most deadly fight or gruesome and brutal. I thought it was an A+ though, based off of the hype, the fighters behind, like, in the ring together, the legendary talent that you had. I knew the first couple rounds they weren't going to throw hands like that. These are two of the greatest fighters of all time going at each other in one of the biggest fights of all time. They had to see what was going on. Like, the respect is there between the two of them. But I felt like during the fight, you saw that respect kind of change. I don't want to say the respect changed, but Terence Crawford kind of understood at that point. Like, at the beginning, he was like, okay, you're Canelo. But then by the end of the fight, he was like, I'm Terence Crawford, though, bro. It don't matter that you Canelo. So it was, bro, he beat the hell out of Canelo. I know it wasn't like the ugliest, and Canelo didn't get like busted open and all, but you watch him, he was like knotting them up, just catching them with counters. And Canelo was trying to catch him with powerful punches, but he couldn't hit him. He's blocking him. And he was like, as long as I got you, you can't. These counters going to be something you ain't ready for or whatever. And after the match, Canelo said that Terence Crawford better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. That was wild that I heard him say that. And he fought both of them. This would be the one guy that be like, that could say, You know what, bro? I think so. It depends on how they fight, bro. Like if I don't know, because Floyd Mayweather is a counter puncher completely. Like he's a counter puncher completely. Terence Crawford could play Floyd Mayweather's game though and play with him if he didn't want to fight and just try to counter him. I don't see why he couldn't fight him. Like it depends on when they were fighting, what would happen.
We should like fight. Like of course they could fight, but
I mean, as far as why Crawford couldn't beat him.
He could beat him. I'm quite sure he could beat him, and I'm quite sure Floyd could beat him as well. It's just
yes, like it ain't like that's what I'm saying. But Crawford, when we saying Crawford on that level now, if you saying that Crawford could beat Floyd Mayweather, this is Canelo, the guy that lost to him when he was a little itty bitty and all that stuff. This is Canelo, damn near in his prime. He probably right in the twilight of his prime and all that stuff. But still, this is Canelo, and Terence Crawford is older than Canelo, and beat his ass and all. Like after he beat Errol Spence and all. That was supposed to be like I always say this about fighters and legendary players and all that stuff. Like he said, everybody can be a nobody. It's always nobodies when you got legendary people because they make them nobodies. That's the reason why Mike Tyson didn't fight anybody, because it was nobodies that could fight him. He would knock them out. That's the reason why most fighters, most great players, when even we go to basketball, Michael Jordan, he's great. He was playing against nobodies because nobody could beat Michael Jordan. Like he's that good. So like I say, I don't know how much longer Bud is going to be fighting because he's an older guy. He's damn near 40. But it sucks that he didn't get the payday. He actually had to take his steps and get to the point. Like Canelo didn't have to take this fight. This actually changed Crawford's legacy and changed both of their legacies actually. And Canelo didn't have to take it because Canelo would have been that guy of the generation. But now it's like, nah, it was Terence Crawford. So this is a huge fight. Like I said, at the end of the fight, even in the 12th rounds and all, you could see Canelo shaking his head saying, this dude's better than me. Like I was watching it, I was looking like, damn, this is Canelo. He was like, this dude's better than me. Like, it's done. The respect that was shown after the match between Crawford giving the belts back and all that type of stuff, that love and all. I thought this was an A+ fight. I would love to see him run it back, but I don't think they would. I think Terence Crawford beat the hell out of Canelo the second time. I think it'll be much easier because he's already experienced it. He said what he could do. He knows what he can do. I think it'll be like Canelo will be knotted up if they boxed again. In my opinion,
it serves no purpose for Canelo. Like
it serves no purpose.
It doesn't taint his legacy at all. Like like he is who he is. He just couldn't beat Crawford, so Floyd put him on, and Terence got him up out of here.
Crawford ended him. Yeah, that's basically what it is. And he's that guy. He's still one of the greatest of all time. Like he's just not on that tier. He's not on that higher tier. He's probably a step under Manny Pacquiao. He's probably in that C tier. That's where he just became after this fight, probably on that C tier guys. Because Manny and them on that B tier to me, if that makes sense. The Floyds and all that, they're that A tier. The Muhammad Ali and all that. So that's where I got him. And Crawford, Crawford, he played this right. He an A tier guy too. As long as he'll mess it up. So
I mean, his stats, kind of show that he's an A tier. It's just, honestly, I don't want him to do it, but if he does, I'm not mad. He'll pick the right fights and just kind of get two to three more fights. Call it a career, bro.
Should he fight Manny?
Oh hell no, no, don't do that.
Don't do it for him, or don't do it to beat the hell out of Manny.
Don't do it for Manny, bro. Like Manny need to stop fighting. Period. Like,
Manny was just ranked. When he just ranked the pound for pound.
I know. That's the bad thing about it. Like it's like your success is going to be the thing that cuts you off. You're going to get into the ring one of these days if you keep pushing it. Like, yo, you're too old, bro. You cannot recover like that no more. You're just great that you're great giftedly offensively, yes, but you're not that same guy that can take a shot like that. And all it takes is one or two in boxing. This ain't basketball. You feel me? This is boxing, bro. I think somebody need to talk to Manny. He needs to stop ASAP.
Well, I'm gonna give it again an A+. Queen, what's your letter grade before we move on?
I did say an A. I did say an A for the match. Yep.
Okay, we're gonna give it an A. So this was an awesome match, but
before we move on though, R.I.P. Ricky Hatton.
R.I.P. Ricky Hatton.
Ricky Hatton passed away.
Yep, Travis. What was that segment brought to us by?
By the good people of Fanatics.
Yes, sir. This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams, They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description. All right, y'all. Let's get to the tea. So this week we have Wrestlepalooza for the first time ever on ESPN if you're local, Netflix if you're international. These are the matches, the ending card, or the final card, I should say, for next week's event. We have John Cena and Brock Lesnar main event in the show. We have Io Sky against Stephanie Valkyrie for the vacant Women's World Championship. A mixed tag team match between Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch against CM Punk and AJ Lee. You have the Usos returning to go against the Braun Brawns of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. And then Cody Rhodes will be defending his WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre. All right, Travis, let me start with you on this one, bro. What, I guess, if you want to call, what are your winners for this week on this show? What do you think is going to happen real quickly? And then, select your winners. Who do you think is going to win each match?
Okay. For Cody and Drew, I'm picking Cody. Cena and Lesnar, I'll probably go with Lesnar. I think John will put him over. Now, I would say with the mixed tag match, I want to be cool for them to put the titles on the line. But I would think that Punk and AJ gonna take that one. And I think Stephanie's gonna be the new World Heavyweight Championship for the ladies.
Okay. You said Usos yet?
Oh, and I'm rolling with the Usos.
All right. And what's your give me a prediction letter grade for this event?
Prediction so far, I'll give it a C plus.
You think it's gonna be a C plus event? Okay. All right, let's go to you, Dev.
C plus so far.
I agree with the grade. One thing that I'm interested in is the Cena Lesnar fight. I want to see how many suplexes Cena hits on Brock. I want to see if Brock does anybody else's finisher. Because now that Cena's doing his run, his last few matches, which I'm assuming is going to continue, he's been running other people's finishers to pay respect to him. And then there have been times where his opponent would do the same thing. They would do somebody's finisher, whether it was Cena's or somebody else's. So I'm real interested in seeing how that goes in Brock's match. I'm interested in seeing what finishers Cena hits on him. But if Brock tries anything else, hell, I would love to see if Brock decides to go crazy and try a shooting star press again. But yeah, I mean, I'm interested in seeing that just because of that pattern that Cena had or has. I don't care anything about the Cody and McIntyre match. I don't care. But besides the Cena Lesnar fight, I'm looking towards the mixed tag match. Punk and AJ, just like seeing them together. I am happy that the Usos are together right now. I'm wishing them the best of luck. I hope that they win their match. Stephanie Valkyrie, she's definitely getting a title. I don't know if this is going to be the match, but she's definitely getting the title. And honestly, even with her not even being there, the fact that they put the title on Cody and he disappeared, title doesn't mean anything anymore. To be perfectly honest, what I think is the WWE is starting to try to make those titles like boxing titles. Just like how you had the Alvarez and why am I? Because I was about to say Canelo Alvarez.
Crawford.
And Crawford, yeah, sorry. With those titles, they got like 3 titles or whatever that they hold and that they're defending at the same time, and they hand all of them over. That's what WWE looks like they're starting to do. They're starting to put 50 million titles in the rotation, And just like Mercedes, who has, I think, 11 titles now, somewhere between 9 and 11, I think.
She got 9.
Yeah, I thought it was 9.
Yeah, 9. Okay. They'll probably end up doing something crazy like that and have somebody hold multiple titles and they just pass them along. Titles doesn't even really mean that much anymore. So I don't know. We'll see. But
The only person that can get away with that was Kurt Angle. Shout out to Kurt.
Yep. The first ever Eurocontinental champion. Kurt.
His TNA run. Remember, he had all the belts in TNA.
Yeah, Kurt is.
Oh yeah.
Kurt is one of a kind, and shout out to him. I know Brock Lesnar is a freak of nature, just between the strength and his speed and everything, his abilities. But when you get Kurt Angle in his mode, peak Angle is just a pit bull. He is just crazy. So I would love to see something like that. I hope that one day we get somebody like him again. I was starting to think that Chad Gable was going to be somebody like Kurt Angle. That's what it looked like they were grooming him to be. But yeah, but we see where that is. But overall, I think I'm going to stick with a C with this particular show. I don't really have super high hopes for it. I'm just interested in seeing what happens during the show. I also want to see if they have any run-ins at the end of the show. So if they have somebody making a return to build up for another storyline. So I guess we'll just see how that goes.
All right. Queen, who do you expect to win each match? And what's your prediction grade? Well, BA.
Okay. I agree. I think Cena's going to have Lesnar beat him for future ramifications. You're not going to have Lesnar come back and sign him for a couple years just to lose to Cena off top. So I think Lesnar does get the victory. I guess I'll stay with Cody. Why not? Because it's Cody. I hate saying that too, by the way. I'm gonna go with Stephanie because of the Oscar situation and things like that. I think it's gonna spoil over. And Stephanie gets the victory for that. I want to say Braun Breaker. The Braun's are going to win because of LA Knight is going to interfere the wrong way and cost Usos the match. Let's say that. We got Rollins and Lynch, CM Punk, and let's go with CM Punk and AJ Lee. I think they're just riding too high of a wave. And the other two are already champions, so it's not like they're going to lose anything for that. So let's go with Punk and AJ Lee. You want to let it grade too?
Yep. What you think it's going to be?
These are some great performances. I will say that. Let's go to B plus. Let's take it there. B plus.
Oh, B plus. All right, Queen.
Oh wow.
Wrestlepalooza.
So I'm gonna just go real quick. Cena, Vakir, Lee, Punk, but I think the Lee Punk one is gonna be by interference. I actually surprisingly going to say McIntyre for the Rhodes and McIntyre because I think they're trying to set his heel run. So I think that they're going to have him lose for that one, and then the Usos for the last one. And overall grade, I expect it to probably be a C, just because this is a heavy hitting, like a lot of stars on this one. Because basically everybody on this ticket is a star except for Sky and Vakir, which they are stars, but I mean as far as merchandising. Everybody here is going to sell a lot of tickets and sell a lot of merchandising. So I think overall they're going to try and make it a good show.
So C, you said?
C.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Lesnar. I'm gonna go with Stephanie Vakir winning based off of the Kabuki Warriors again, like BA said. I'm going with CM Punk and AJ Lee to win their match. I'm gonna go with Queen. If McIntyre won this, I'd be so happy. Like this, that would change this event just alone if McIntyre won this, bro. Like for real.
Is that for the
But
title?
yeah, it's for the title.
Yes,
I didn't
it
think it
is.
was gonna be for the title, but they out of nowhere just said it's for the title. So
Nah.
I don't think. Yeah, I think Cody's gonna. He said nah.
I think it's going to be Drew just because of the fact of I think because everything's been so predictable.
Bro,
I think that they're going to want to throw one of these matches in there to be not predictable.
I hope
And
you're
I think that they're trying to set up Cody's heel run. I mean, I hope so too. But I mean, I'm just saying like my own personal opinion.
Yeah, I'm not even like.
Yeah, there's no shots. Don't like no 100%.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bronze to win over the Usos as well, so they get their return with an L. But like the show overall, I'm gonna give it a C- based off the storylines, right? But as I said before, they said they want to make Wrestlepalooza one of their new, so like a Big Five or whatever now, their new like wrestling events. With that being said, if stuff happens, maybe Drew wins, bro. Like if that happens, we might be talking about a B+ type show and all, like you say, BA and all that, man. Like if they really go out and do some things. So we'll see what happens. Maybe you bring back a Bianca Belair right now with Io Sky and Stephanie back here. You feel me? Like you have opportunities and different things you can do. But we'll see what Paul does. But yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Let me see what I wanted to talk about next. I'm gonna go with this list first, real quick. Let's get real quick. Go around the room and not really make it as much formal. WWE dropped a list of, shout out to WrestleWops for this, but they ranked their most indestructible superstars in history. The list is, for the podcast listeners, number 1, The Undertaker, number 2, Brock Lesnar, number 3, Goldberg, number 4, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, number 5, Kane, number 6, Hulk Hogan, number 7, Ultimate Warrior, number 8, Jacob Fatu, number 9, Mankind, and number 10, Solo Sikoa. So I guess we could just basically, how do you guys feel about this? Because I agree with most of the folks on here, but I would take off Solo Sikoa. I would take off The Fiend as well. I feel like they give The Fiend that much credit because of his passing and all, but like a lot of folks were complaining, I feel like, when he was actually wrestling, that they weren't making his character as dominant as it should have been. Like he was just getting his butt whipped. So I wouldn't have The Fiend on there. I would probably have Hulk Hogan and Hulk Hogan higher than Kane on that list. Maybe Warrior as well. Kane be a little lower. You got to put John Cena on this list somewhere. So I took off Solo. John Cena has to be on there, and then take off Jacob Fatu probably, and put you might even want to put Cody Rhodes, as BA says, but somebody else will be on that list other than Jacob Fatu at this point. But yeah, I don't know. They just throw stuff out to get entertainment or engagement, I feel like, at times. But what do y'all feel about this list?
I'm surprised that Cena's not on it. I'm sorry. Right?
Yeah, I'd say it's kind of solid. I'd say like 7 of them are solid. I would definitely probably take off The Fiend. I don't feel like you said, that he did anything to merit being considered indestructible as far as like in the ring. You know what I mean? Like, because a lot of these people that are on the list are people that either were almost like no selling to the point, at their peak. You know what I mean? Like everybody that would go against them couldn't, get them to respond to their basically anything, or people that like had a lot of wins, just people with a high win record. Like
Andre
obviously Undertaker would be number 1 on there. Like,
Andre the Giant.
Andre
He should
be
like
up there. I was trying to think of some other people really to be on there, but yeah, I would definitely take more people off. Like Jacob Fatu definitely would have come off too as well. Solo, it's kind of iffy because they're messing with my man Solo right now, so he doesn't have that many like wins anymore. Like before, he was for like all he did was win, and now he like loses a lot, and I don't like that. But for some reason, I guess because I'm biased, I would want Randy to be on there. But Randy, he's got a bunch of losses now in his later part of his career too. But at his high point. So if we're considering this off of their high points, then I would put Randy on there. Like if we're talking about just their high points of their careers.
Can I add an asterisk in there?
Go ahead.
More specifically, 2009 Randy Orton.
Yeah.
2009 Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Yes.
So bald head
Randy Orton.
Low cut Randy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
RKO Stephanie kissing Stephanie in front of Triple H.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like.
All right. Well, let's move on to something else real quick.
Well, I gotta throw something out real quick.
Go.
Because I gotta slightly disagree with the Fiend part. And I would have the Fiend on there if we talk about the beginning of the Fiend's run. Because the beginning of the Fiend's run, when he fought Finn Balor in his debut match as the Fiend, and I think it was Cena, it was somebody else that he fought, where they had to bury him under a pile of chairs or something like that because he kept no-selling the other moves that were being done. And he was basically he wasn't staying down until they had enough weight of the chairs to hold him down and not let him get back up. Those first few matches that he had under that persona, that was a whole different ball game. A little later on, they kind of dropped the ball as they usually do and had him losing some matches that I don't really personally feel that he should have lost, but like Oldberg. But he I think that the early Fiend, he definitely deserves to be on this list.
Everybody early Solo Sikoa.
List too,
you feel me? Like, but if we doing all time, they no longer, when you can include their whole career or what they were doing based off of what Solo doing now, there's no way Solo Sikoa should be on this list.
No.
Yeah, I would probably switch him with Roman, actually.
Yeah, Roman would be on here before Solo
Sikoa. Roman's not on the list at all. I realized that a second ago.
I will put Cena on this list.
Yeah, that's what Cena should absolutely be on here.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Cena out on this list.
Yeah, I will put Cena on this list, and I will at least make Mankind a little higher. Okay. As far as like the list is.
BA, you want to say something before I move?
Early 90s Mankind, Boiler Room match, Mankind.
Boiler Room Brawl and all that. The one who used to take care of
pulling his hair out, stabbing himself there. Like, that Mankind need to be on this list.
I think you mentioned earlier, Andre the Giant. I mean, he probably got like 3 clean losses in like 40 years.
It's basically the same guys that were beating him when they had runs on like house shows between Hogan and Warrior. You feel me? They were the 2 guys that were beating him.
In his knees.
So, I mean, unfortunately, I gotta give him some type of credit, but everybody else is, I would add Cena as well, as y'all was doing as well. It got to a point where, like, I'll never forget ECW against RVD. And they said if Cena win, we will riot. And I fully believed them. I fully believed they was going to storm that ring, that squared circle, if they would have let Cena win that match against RVD, in which he did lose. But it took some
edge interference too, though. And Paul Heyman had to come down and count. Remember all that. He was still Super Cena. But all right, let's move to the next bit of news real quick, y'all. If I can click on this, your guy Andrade was formally released from the WWE either today or yesterday, I believe. Word on the street is that he failed a wellness policy recently, and that he had to be escorted out of the building. And then he was also himself and Ray Phoenix, who was an awesome team that we were talking about on recent episodes, were in line to be the champions, will win the championship from the Wyatt Six on the Clash in Paris pay-per-view, or PLE. That didn't happen, obviously, because Andrade was going through issues and he ghosted the company. So anybody got anything they want to say about that? How do you feel? Real quick, guys. Like, I don't gotta be a major story or anything, but just wild news.
Man, these boys was hotter than fish grease, man. I love Andrade and Ray together, man. I at least wanted to see what the championships, but this sucks.
You said Charlotte Flair?
That's maybe the reason why. That reason, man, he failed the wellness policy.
Fitting on it in your drink, and he showed up dirty. So
word on
the street. Word on the street.
All right. Well,
but I think that this is going to be an opportunity to put them closer towards bringing the Lucha Brothers together.
They should. It should. It's about that time. Let me see what else I got. Real quick, I guess people wanted to talk about this, so let's get to it. WrestleMania 43, guys. It's going to be in Saudi. 2027, ESPN, Netflix. They got it. They officially have set the 2-night event to be over in Riyadh. So also before Triple H had these remarks.
I think you're cutting out.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Kind of like he was talking about Unreal and all of that type of stuff, but this kind of is associated with what we do and all that as well. But he said the internet is angry. We're pulling the curtains back. Meanwhile, they run a podcast talking about all the behind the scenes shit. So with those two being shown to you guys right now, especially this WrestleMania thing, what do you guys feel about the WWE and taking WrestleMania overseas to Riyadh?
Man, just cue up the Busta Rhymes A-Rap money. That's all it is. I mean, it's going to suck for the females, though. Like, man, they probably going to do the ladies dirty over there, more than likely.
And they got those events and all that stuff.
So I especially can't afford to go.
Hey. They got to do them like signing events and pictures and all that. Like, that's, but go ahead, BA.
Nah, it's going to be a trying time for the wrestlers, but understanding that's the company you work for now. They don't care. They don't care on the fan side. They don't care. They don't care about you. They feel as if you're the most cushioniest wrestlers of all time. You know, so y'all have no right to complain whatsoever. So what are they going to say? So it's bad, but at the end of the day, money talks and BS walks. So if you come in with that BS, you just keep on walking, and that's just how they feel. So like I said, it sucks. I just seen what's her name? Liv, and she explained like when she had the bodysuit on, you know, when she takes that off, it's like it doesn't breathe. Like, so maybe now that it's definitely happening, y'all definitely know that y'all going there. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Maybe they can find some type of other attire that still fits their code, but still allows them to kind of just be, you know, just have athletic gear on than tight leather outfits, because that's not cool to wrestle like that. So shout out to them, but like I said, you know, like Travis said, it's about the A-Rap money, man.
Yep.
If you got something quick you want to say?
I don't know about quick, but feel free to cut me off and stop me.
All right.
But first, though,
I'm joking. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm just joking. Go ahead.
This entire deal is bullshit, and I hate everything about it. I hate absolutely everything about it. And one thing is, in 5 to 7 years, Saudi is going to own TKO. That's the direction they're going in right now. To hell with the fans. To hell with the product. All we care about is how much money we can bring in. The pricing structure is changing over to a corporate ticket buying structure. So the only way that you're going to be able to participate in these events, or I'm sorry, be an audience member, is if your job buys you a ticket.
Yep.
And with the way that they are with, first off, with the pricing, with the limitations for the women talent, WrestleMania is one of the things that a lot of the talent, even people who aren't on the card, sit in the back and watch. They're there for the other wrestlers. They're there to experience the WWE live events and everything they do for that week leading up to it. They're there for just support or whatever. That ain't gonna happen because of the crazy prices that they're billing now. Those stars would get people, you know, they would get maybe tickets to bring family in and let them watch the show in the audience and things like that. None of that's going to happen anymore. They're not going to give them tickets away. They have to pay money for that. And even so, just like BA said, with the attire, with the women, I get the fact that they have a different lifestyle. I understand that they have different rules. They have different beliefs in this more religious space, and I can respect that. But at the same time, WWE is walking into this knowing what those rules are, and they're still going to give the image of choice, but force the female talent into performing under those conditions. Now, they got 2 years to make a new suit, to make a new body gear or whatever it is, or come up with some sort of breathable, get some Under Armour or whatever so that they can, be athletic in the match and not pass out and have a heat stroke or anything. Don't do like they did, MVP and Kane and everything in the Inferno matches and pack their suits with ice. Then you're really going to get them sick. But just they know how that environment is, and you can see in that press conference, it was awkward for everybody up there. Now, His Excellency Turkey, whatever his name is, he's just sitting back enjoying it. He's going to make his money, whatever. I'm sure he's thinking about the next ventures. But everybody else up there, Liv Morgan, I've seen people talk about how she was the only one smiling at this. She was in the sunken place. She was smiling, and that's all she did. She barely moved. Bianca, she had to be fed a script. Everything they said, even Undertaker, you could see that he was searching for words to say about that event, and all he could come up with is people are going to be surprised at how welcoming they are or how nice they are. No, they're not. They're not going to talk to him. They'll probably cheer the talent, but anybody else trying to come over to that country, they're not going to be welcoming. Be lucky if you can walk into certain areas. And it's just, I think that it's a terrible idea because the way that America runs and other people coming into America for an American event, the atmosphere is completely different going to Saudi Arabia. And you're not going to be able to get people from all these other countries going into Saudi Arabia, be it because of certain rules, laws, religious, reasons, or what have you. You're not going to be able to get that audience, that worldwide audience, like you would in an American or Canadian show. The other thing is they completely dog walked or pretty much shat on the UK because the UK was their next biggest market and the best crowd besides the US. Yep. So all those shows that they were putting in the UK had a great reaction. Jay Uso's Yeet movement or whatever started in the UK. Or it was in Europe. Maybe it was France. It was one of those European countries. It was France. But somewhere over there in Europe is where a lot of the stuff that they're doing now from the audience perspective, that's where a lot of that stuff started off. And for them to go to a different country besides a European country to host WrestleMania first that's just trash. And I get that it's a business and I get that they're trying to make money, but at this point they're blatantly telling everybody that they don't care about anything except money. And what's going to happen is they're going to price themselves out. People won't be able to afford to go. Companies aren't going to buy tickets to send somebody over there, and they're spending $70,000 for one ticket for a person. What company is going to send? Even a reporter is going to spend that kind of money. So they're going to price themselves out. Then they want to try to shoot Vince McMahon down as far as his pricing and saying that he's more focused on family. Great. But if you're not focused on family right now, this product shouldn't be PG anymore. If you're saying that you're not going to price this towards focusing on the family being your demographic, your key demographic, and you're worried about 18 to 45 age males, then you need to make the product focus towards
TVMA and all that damn near.
Right. That product needs to focus towards that demographic just like your prices. Mm-hmm. Elsewise, people are going to get burned out. They're not going to care. Everybody already is starting to realize how, this company is doing their business, and it's just complete garbage. When the announcement was made, I watched it on YouTube, and that comment section, they destroyed them. They destroyed WWE. Sorry. They destroyed them. And then even at, what was it, Clash in Paris, they showed
AAA, Worlds Collide.
AAA, Worlds Collide. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Worlds Collide. There's even videos where when the promo was running for Triple H talking about that, making the announcement, and everybody started chanting "sold out," that they sold out, which is what's happening right now. They sold out. They're doing everything specifically for money and fuck everybody else. And that's including the talent. They obviously don't care about the talent the way they're going to more than likely try to pull people out of retirement. They already wanted to pull Yokozuna out of the grave. They're going to try to pull Undertaker out. They're going to take Stone Cold. They're going to try to get Goldberg. They're going to try to get all of these people just because Saudi is dictating what they want to see. Then WWE is going to have to build stories around that, or they just do like they're doing right now for Wrestlepalooza. Who cares about a storyline? Just put them together and say this is going to be the match. And in an event like this, or if it was a weekly event like Raw or SmackDown, okay, that's fine. Who cares? But WrestleMania is their Super Bowl. That's the creme de la creme. That's the ultimate event for the year for WWE. And you're just going to make up some random whatever just because those people said that's what they want to see. And they hang you this, huge check. I would love to see how long that this is going to last. Again, I think they're going to own TKO at some point. Not even just WWE, because just even seeing what they're trying to build over in Saudi, they're going to end up owning the company. And the only way I feel that company is going to sustain itself at that point is if whatever money that's coming in already to that area, whatever they're currently doing to get their money, they're going to finance it through that. That's the only way I see that company, TKO, survive in the next 10 years. Otherwise, that company's going in the ground. And it's TKO, it's UFC, it's WWE. Because once they own WWE, they're going to base a lot of those shows out of Saudi Arabia. They're not going to base them out of the U.S. anymore. We already got the Royal Rumble coming, and we got WrestleMania of all events. And soon they're going to start putting a lot more stuff over there until everything is over there. They already built a new headquarters over there. So, I mean, the writing's on the wall. So again, I know I'm rambling on, but I hate every part of this. Sorry.
No, you're fine, Devin. Queen, you have anything you want to say real quick before I say something? I only got something quick I want to say. No, did she freeze again? There you go.
Can I say something real quick?
No, go ahead, Travis.
Yeah, I think this basically gets rid of the common everyday fan. You know what I'm saying? Like by the pricing being too much, it gets rid of the ordinary, like 9-to-5 person. The non-celebrity, the people that got to save up money just to go to a WrestleMania or go to any other PLE, anything like that. It seems like you have to work twice as hard just to go to one single event or anything like that, or even take out a loan, get money or somehow, or do anything like that. Like it pretty much just coming to sell your house, right? Or even give up an arm and a leg for it.
The ones they said weren't real fans because they don't buy tickets.
Right.
No more.
The common everyday folk.
Go ahead, Queen.
Just that kind of just everything that everyone has already said. Now, if you wanted to go to WrestleMania, don't expect to go to that one. And that, just like Travis said, is that they're just pricing out regular people. Basically, only influencers and celebrities will be able to afford to go, and basically the people that already live there. So it's really kind of disappointing, but expected, basically, based off the climate of, we know that the Saudis have a big, they have a big stake in the success of WWE right now and all of the deals that they're making, because we know that WWE is in tremendous debt. That's basically it.
Shout out to Bobby Monsoon. So two things. I want to paraphrase two people real quick. One, the coach. I think recently he said something about Jonathan Coachman. He said the WWE is thinking about the short term and not the long term. I 100% agree with them as far as all the money they're getting right now, but they're not paying attention that they're alienating their fans and the real fans when it comes down to it. The product, when they really have to show something, those people are going to be gone by the time it matters because you aren't really doing anything for them. But they're, like they're saying, we're not real fans. And secondly, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ice Cube's son. about. He said, what if this whole plan to do all this stuff is just to get them out of debt, and then they do a serious 180 and then drop their prices and all. I'm like, I thought about that as well. I said that before. I said maybe they're just doing all this just to get out of debt, and then they change it around and do that. But by the time you get there, it may be too late. That's what I wanted to say to him and all, to what he said. Like, they have to get out of this debt, I guess. They're going extreme. Like, I've already said multiple weeks, I'm burnt out. I'm getting burnt out of these events. I'm getting burnt out of watching and staying up to date with this. I don't know the next time I'll ever go to a WWE event. Like, it's the regular pricing is now for the NXT shows and all now. So I don't know. By the time they get there, I think people may be gone. So that's all I really wanted to say about it. This was expected. This show's gonna be trash. I can already tell you that for 2 years. Just pencil in that you don't want to watch this WrestleMania 43, because I bet it's going to be a bunch of old people and a bunch of just pops and all that type of stuff for no reason. So if you're interested in the actual matches and all, don't be prepared for this one to be a great show. So yeah, that's my overall opinion of this and all. We can, like I say, move on. Lastly, I wanted to talk about one thing. I'm gonna throw up some people on the screen real quick. I got 6 folks from NXT. And because I wanted to talk about who can really save the WWE right now. They needed a mega star, somebody that can really come up and change the game for the whole organization. And I wanted to throw up these people. I have 3 women wrestlers and 3 men wrestlers, and I wanted you guys to give me a number grade from 1 to 10 as far as how much do you think they have the it factor and how much they can impact the next level if they actually got there. So, like I say, from 1 to 10, let me know what you think just currently right now. And we'll start from there. So first up, I have, shout out to Soul herself, Soul Ruka. We'll go around the room. I'll start with you, Queen. Babe, what do you think? What is your number grade for her as far as her impact? What do you think she can bring to the next level if she's there? All right, Travis, we'll move to you.
I give her a solid 6. I give her 6 so far.
Okay, so you think about a 6 she'll be in the next, as far as if she'll be a superstar on the next level? You agree?
Right now, I mean, I will just 60%. Have to see how she would look on the show or whatever show she's going to be on. But I would just say, like, for right now, I'll say a 6.
Okay, BA.
Yeah. I got a strong 7 on her being a superstar because she's physically gifted. She has that WWE Divas type look, and so far she's just raw. So the more time she gets in the ring, the better she'll be. But yeah, she's definitely the future, no doubt. So a strong 7.
7. Devon?
I'm going to go with a 7 as well, but I'm going to say one thing that I meant to mention earlier about her. I'm kind of afraid of that Soul Snatcher as far as how long she can do it. Because after a while, just like a lot of other finishes, they put more toll on the person doing it than the person that it's being done to. And I hope that she either finds a way to allow herself to keep doing it so that she has that opportunity to continue growing, or find a different finisher that allows her to continue doing that, without having to worry about putting as much of her health on the line, and then maybe just pulling the Soul Snatcher out on occasion.
So what number did you get?
7.
7. Okay. Queen?
I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be grading at all.
Just a number as far as her it factor. What do you think as far as going to the next level? Will she be a superstar or not? What will you grade her? What's her probability? So the 7, like 70% that she's gonna be a 6. Travis said a 6. If you don't really know much, and you can say pass. I don't really know much about her.
Yeah, pass. I don't know nothing about her. I just know she got she biracial. That's all I know about her.
Okay. Next on the list we have. Let's go with a fella next. Javon Evans. What? So I'm gonna give my grade for. Sorry, I didn't give a Soul Roke. I'm going with a 7 as well with you guys. I'm gonna go with 6. I'm gonna go with 6. No Triple H, like you say, Devin. You kind of scared me with the Soul Snatcher move, and I'm thinking about that. I'm like, yeah, you're right. At some point, she's not gonna be able to just do that. That's wild. But all right, Javon Evans.
Soul Snatcher.
I love it too, but it's not a move that you're gonna be able to do a whole bunch because it's gonna hurt you. Let's start with you, BA. What's your number for the it factor for Javon going to the next level? And shout out to Javon before you know, Shawn Michaels was on what's his name, Shannon Sharp's show, Nightcap, just recently, and they asked him if anybody reminds him of himself, and he said Javon Evans. So go ahead, BA.
And that's why he's going to get a 10. That's what I was going to say as the reason for it. So, yeah, there you go. Because Shawn Michaels already goaded him. So, I think he's going to get a 10.
All right, go ahead, Devon.
So, I'm going to give him a 10 with an asterisk. As long as he doesn't cause himself to not get the opportunity to go up. And what I mean by that is his tweet this week with Ricochet. So just any public antics that could potentially turn into something that interferes with his career, just because of a wrong move, a wrong tweet, or whatever, that could easily take him down. As long as he didn't do anything like that, I'm gonna stick with a 10. I love watching him. I love watching his matches and just everything that he can do. I think this guy is nuts, and I love it.
Travis.
Like I said, I because like I understand what Shawn was doing as far as like saying like he's the next him. Like I would give him like a 10, but I'm trying to look at it as far as like what would Paul do. I think with Paul, if he was to come on the main roster, I think Paul go do him dirty. But say if he was to pair up with someone like not as far as like pairing up, but like putting in the matches with like maybe like a Finn Balor or even a Cody Rhodes or even a Carmelo or something like that. Like I think those matches will like blow the roof off. But it's just depending on what Triple H do with him. But from my opinion, I will give it a 10.
So y'all all have Javon Evans winning the WWE Championship?
Nope.
Then no. So I'm gonna say, so we should rewind it. Then that's not a 10. That's not a 10 on the ed factor. Then. So
I think so.
So BA, you think he's gonna win? That's what, okay. So you think he's gonna win? Devin and y'all, if y'all don't think he's gonna win a championship, that's not a 10. So that means this it factor. He's not the next guy to save the company. He's
like, I can say he'll win a championship, but I don't think it's gonna be like the world heavyweight championship.
Then he probably shouldn't be a 10. That's what I'm saying. That's not a 10. Then he's not the guy to save the company if he can't have the heavyweight championship.
All right, I get what you're saying.
So I'm gonna say my grade is for him as a performer. My answer, no, about the championship is I already see him becoming the next R-Truth.
So you got him on like a 4?
If we're talking about probability of him becoming heavyweight champion, yeah, I'll probably end up saying something like a 4. But that's nothing on his abilities.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Queen,
you know anything about Javon?
Yeah, I know that he does a lot of high fly moves. So on that basis alone, I'm gonna give him 90% only because just shit happens. But otherwise, like I feel like he has the potential to be a star as far as his move set, his talking, and his overall physique and look.
Okay. I'm gonna give Javon. I know Shawn Michaels loves him, and that's NXT and all. That don't mean he a Paul guy. I'm gonna give him a 6. I'm gonna give Javon a 6. Plus, he has his talking ability not there yet, and he's young. So I'm just going right now. Like he should get better and be higher by the time he's able to go over there. He's taking some L's and all too to get him better because he's young. So they have time with Javon. He could get higher, but as of right this second, I'm gonna go a 6 because he's gonna change. He's gonna change his move. He's gonna change his move.
This is right now, and not like including potential as well.
This is right now more because I can't go over potential because I don't know what he's going to do in his. So if right now he was called up, what would he be?
Understood.
That's where I'm. That's where I'm at. Like right now.
Edit mine. I'm gonna go with a 7. I got it. I got you. I got
the gist. Yes. Understood.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna give him a 6 as well. So let's keep moving. Next, my next lady on the list is Miss Jada Parker. Let's start with you on this one, BA. What's your number grade?
I'm gonna give her a 6. I think she has charisma. I think that she does a lot of stuff, but it's nothing she does like to me like spectacularly well. Like I can see Soul doing high flying stuff enough where you got to calm her down, and then somebody else that's probably on this list that I can see be a wrecking force. Jada can just kind of slide, pause like in the middle there, and just kind of exist, but still hold her own as well. So yeah, I say a strong 6.
Queen.
No pause on Jada.
Understood.
I'm not really overly impressed by her so far, so she's still got a second to.
Oh, did she mute herself?
Oh, sorry, she still has a second before I feel like she needs to be called up anywhere. I'm gonna give her 30%.
Okay, Travis.
Like I'll give up Jada a 5.
Hmm.
And the only reason I gave it a 5 is because it's like, don't get me wrong, she got the look, the charisma, and everything like that. But it just overall with me and Jada is her wrestling. Like her wrestling is kind of like iffy for me. Like if she will just kind of tighten up and clean up with her wrestling, she'll make it. Like I'm
Gotcha.
not a big fan of her moves, like her finishing move. But if she come up with something better, I think Jada could be do a good job.
All right, Devin.
Just gonna pull my Bernie Mac out and say, Miss Parker. It's like, if we're talking about right now, I kind of see her being used like Jade Cargill. I don't see her being the face of the company. I see her, and I'm going to agree with Charles in the comments, in the fact that they would bring them up and just let them be mid-carders, her and Javon Evans. They would just end up being mid-carders, and that's probably as high as they'll let them go. Just with the current talent or the current roster, I think because they already have a bunch of people, they're not going to let these guys go any higher than mid-card.
I would give Jada a 5 as well. I'm agreeing with Travis so far. It seemed like I feel like she needs to fine tune, like you say, her in-ring talking ability as well as her wrestling ability. And I don't know if white people like her enough. I'll just keep it to that part. I don't know why. I know she has the booty and all that stuff, the fellas and the brothers and all. I don't know if white people like her enough where she get love, kind of like a Meechin and all that type of stuff. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't know if they like her enough where she get the love on the next level. So I'm gonna give her a 5. And that don't mean I don't think she's gonna get love. Like I wouldn't have no problem with her being on there, but I'm just saying it's my overall opinion. Next on the list for the fellas, we have this guy here. Obafemi. For the room, let's start with you, Devin, on this one. What's your number for Oba, man, as far as the next level if he was there right now?
9.
Ooh, okay.
9. I think he's got it, and I think that if they don't like you said, how with Shawn Michaels and Javon, how Shawn likes Javon, and you don't know if he's a Paul guy. NXT does have a reputation of, or there's a reputation of NXT talent coming to the main roster and then them just completely negating everything that person got popular for, and then ended up burying them. If they let Oba continue things how he's doing, he's going to be up there. He's going to be up there. I see him being a Mark Henry kind of guy, and I just think he's going to dominate. But yeah.
So my only pushback to this is you say all that, didn't say a Mark Henry guy, and Mark Henry was never like the guy. Like
he's still Hall of Famer though. First ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I understand what he's saying.
We talking about game changer though, right?
Yeah,
right.
So
and Mark was never held like, yo, you're gonna be the guy here for an extended period of time.
Game changer will be multiple time champion and all that stuff. Mark Henry was never that guy. He never won the WWE before.
But the thing is that the comp is comparable. Like I can see that. I can see him being a menace. I can see him being a low level phenom. Like I can see that, but I don't think that's going to be a game. He's going to change some games, but I won't call him a game changer. So I'm gonna slide at an 8 pause and keep it there. And just to be like a superstar and have like everything revolving around you, I don't think he can do that. But 8 is up there as well. So
Yeah,
he can
that's a
be
good
like
read.
the guy next to the guy. Like, if that's the guy, then I'm that B tier. Like I'm right behind pause. I'm right behind that guy, but I can still hold my own. That kind of thing.
Gotcha. Travis.
Yeah, I give it an 8 too. Also,
Okay.
like if it works out the same way it does when he first came to NXT, I think it'll be the same. Like I see him as an 8.
All right, Queen. You got anything you want to say about Oba? Well, I think she'll wait. I'm gonna give Oba a 7. I'm gonna give him a strong 7. That's like I say, passing all he should be. He has the look and all where you can't have him on the top level and probably have him as a jobber and all. Like you can't do that with him. But I think he's too black. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I think he's too black. I think when he get the Triple H and all that,
and that's why I didn't want to give it a high of a score.
Yeah, I think he's too black. So
it's what Triple H gonna do to him once he gets to Triple H.
Yep.
That's the only reason.
And last for the ladies, we have Miss Lash Legend. So let's start with you, Queen. Are you back yet? All right, Travis. Let's start with you then. Travis, what's your number grade for Lash?
I give Lash an 8.
8. Okay.
Yeah, and only because like I said, she got the look, everything. Like technically, she was the last person remaining from the Meta-4 group, so they see something in her. So,
okay,
I give Lash an 8.
Devon,
I need to see more of her in general. I can't really rate her because I haven't really seen much of her matches.
Gotta watch NXT, man.
So, right.
Yeah.
That's fine. BA, I know this your girl. Well, your lady, I say. I don't call it girl.
I'm multiple championships within her reign. I think she's going to be as dominant as Nia Jax is. So I think Nia Jax is a game changer, and that's a 10. She's a 10.
Ooh. I'm gonna give her a 6. I'm gonna give her a 6 because again, I think she's too black. I don't know what Triple H know what to do with that, bro. You see what Jade doing right now? Hold on. Listen to this. You see Jade Cargill right now, right? What would you grade her? She didn't go to NXT. What would you grade her? That's why I'm grading Lash. No, I agree with you. She should be that person, but we grading based off if she was to go to the next level right now. I'm gonna give her a 6. She don't have that much. Like her talk game isn't good enough where it's like, bro, no matter what you do with her, you're gonna see her. She ain't at that point yet. So if she may get to that point in the future, but she's not there, so I'm not gonna say, hey, she's gonna be there. So I'm gonna give her a 6 based off of if Triple H had to think about what he wanted to do. So that's my opinion on it.
She at least light skinned, so she probably not gonna be blacklisted as much as Oba. But,
no, not as much as Oba, but still for the ladies, she'll be one of the darker ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Queen, you have something to the Lash?
That's Miss Trick Willie.
Yes.
Probably a 7. Just because the reasons you said is that the marketability with Black people is a lot harder with Triple H. He does a terrible job when it comes to us.
Amen. All right, and lastly for the fellas, the guy that was on the thumbnail, I got Mr. Trick Williams, the TNA or the Trick and A champion. Let's go around the room. I got to start with you, Queen. What's your number grade for Mr. Trick?
I'm gonna say 90 only because I do feel like he has a high probability of coming up, but I do feel like it's gonna be one of the situations where we got to see how Triple H would possibly handle him. But I feel like he's gotten a lot of the blessings from other people, to kind of move on, and that he has the voice and the charisma and the body style that WWE products love. So I feel like 90, like a 9.
Okay, Travis.
Trick Willie, let's talk about it. So I give Trick an 8. You know, like he has the look, everything. The man has, he can wrestle. Got the catchphrases and everything. You know, tricking ain't easy. Tricking a whoop that trick. The little
Let's
thing he say
talk
when he start doing the on the turnbuckle when he say I need the juice, and he start going like this, doing
the woo and all that. Yep.
Yeah. So I give Trick an 8. Like right. Trick got it.
BA.
Pause.
Good pause there. So
I
gave over 8, and I think Triple H can use like I said, a low level phenom. He could be the big black bad guy, and I think he can play towards that, so that everyone can hate on him, and then the Great White Hope beats him. I don't see the same thing for Trick. I don't think they're going to market Trick the right way. I'm going to give Trick a 5. Okay. He will be, unfortunately, somewhat of a disappointment, and it's going to be 100% because of Triple H. If Carmelo has any type of inkling of what could happen, then he's going to be maybe right on par with that.
Go ahead, Devon. You said 4. You said 5 or 4? So 5?
5.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's tricky. I guess unintended. I guess. So I want to say an 8, but just an asterisk with that as well. As far as moving from NXT to the main roster, how would they treat him? Like, he's got the skills. He's got the mic skills. He has what he needs to have to be successful, as long as the powers that be back him up.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't see anything that they want from him to make the money, he's going to be a 3 at that point. I mean, dude already had a televised segment with Undertaker. Even if he did just get chokeslammed, I mean, still the fact that he had that interaction on TV, like, I just feel like something like that puts a bit more attention on him. He's also the TNA, champion. Like, I feel like he's got a lot of the things that can make him successful, as long as Paul and anybody else behind the scenes on the main roster don't do to him like they do to Melo.
So what number did you get some, Devin?
I'm going to give a provisional 8.
Okay. I'm gonna go with an 8, and I think that's the highest grade I've given so far. I'm still have the backlash because we all know Paul Levesque and you're having a certain hue. It ain't the easiest. But here's my thing. The opposite of what I was saying for like a lash and all that, Trick got it, man. Yo, Trick got the catchphrases. Trick, the merchandise already selling itself before it's even there. I don't think that I think Trick is one of those guys where I don't think the management and all can deny him because he's going to demand so much. Like the audience on that whoop that Trick and all that's already going to be over as soon as he's over there. That whole thing, like, I think he has everything already where even if he's losing, he's going to be the draw on the thing. So I think he has that. He has the look, the size and all. He's a taller guy. He's not as dark as like a Xavier Woods or even a Kofi Kingston and all of them. Like he's a lighter guy than that. Like I think Trick the guy. I think like even that TNA type stuff, he's over. He might be the most over NXT player, like person ever. Like as far as the head came from a different organization and all that stuff, it might be Trick Williams. So I think it's him. Truthfully, but I'm gonna give him an 8 because it's still Paul Levesque. I'm not going like a 10 or nobody black.
If Trick fumbles this, AEW will pick it up and run with it. If Swerve can have a successful career, Trick is going to have a successful career.
That's another reason why I think that he's going to be successful in WWE because of Swerve Strickland. That's the Booker T to the Rock and all that stuff before. Because of Swerve Strickland, I think
see that.
I
hope you're
think
right.
Trick Williams is going to be that guy because of that. But all of that being said, y'all know it's a long episode. BA, what was that brought to us by?
By the people at Playback.
Yes, sir. Thank you to our friends over at Playback for this segment. Pause. If you're tired of the national media and the annoying ways they sometimes cover sports and other events, give the Glow Sun Production channel on Playback a try. We cover new and old school basketball, wrestling, and geek culture. And just recently, we've added boxing, mixed martial arts, anime, and even video gaming. So if you have time in your busy day, give our channel on Playback a look and check out some of our replays while you're at it. Another special shout out to our favorite at Playback. Back to the show. All right. Two things, y'all. First and foremost, we're losing BA. He has to leave for the day. So
Great. I appreciate y'all, family.
no
But
problem. Appreciate you as always, bro. We'll see you next week.
next week.
Secondly, Devon, you want to talk real quick about Discord?
Oh, yeah. So, just wanted to plug. Hopefully, everybody can join us on our Discord where we host our weekly watch parties of Raw, NXT, SmackDown, and any upcoming PLEs. With this week with Wrestlepalooza, we will be streaming it live on our Discord channel. We will also be broadcasting it in VR through Big Screen VR. So if anybody's interested, please join our Discord. The link will be made available, I guess, in the description, or I'll always throw it in the chat. Just come on and join us and join the party.
Yes, sir. Everything he said. I appreciate Dev. He's the king over there as far as all that tech god stuff. But let's get to the questions and comments real quick, y'all, because I want to try to end the show before we get to 2 hours. So let's rock, wherever that is.
Sponsored by True Classic.
Always wanted to try True Classic, but hate shopping online? Keep watching. You've probably seen our ads online. Look, I get it, you're skeptical. I mean, is everything we sell really as soft and well-fitting as we say it is? If you need to try us before you buy us, True Classic now has stores nationwide. Visit one of these stores and you can fit, feel, and outfit a bunch of our customer favorites. So don't wait for shipping or worry about how much to spend. Visit one of our retail stores today and see the True Classic difference for yourself.
Shout out to DDP and True Classics. We have a couple questions or comments, I should say. Rudy Ray, first and foremost, says she is becoming Big Mommy cool as far as Raquel Rodriguez. Yes.
I like that.
Yes, I like that as well. She should. Actually, that's a.
Hey,
you might want to pay you for that one, Rudy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cuz in the building. He said, I don't like how they put the title on Cody for him to be gone for a month. I get he just had a baby, but if they were going to go that route, they should have picked a better time. Facts. And what happened to the 30-day defending the championship? That's gone. Yeah. Cuz also says I would add 96, 97 Steve Austin to that list before Owen Hart incident. I mean, after the Owen Hart incident, I would choose that one, Charles. The one like when he was on the run before he fought The Rock. What was that, 17 when he turned bad and all? That whole Austin run.
But the King of the Ring, Austin.
No, I'm saying after that. The Disturbed theme. I'm talking about that Austin. When that Austin was still top of the line and all. When he came into the ring and just stunned everybody and all that. Cuz also says I feel like they're going to release Javon when he makes it to the main roster because he's so great and WWE has a problem with utilizing great talent. Yeah, and he said he would be a mid-carder at best. Javon, he got to get some type of like something that his look, something that got to get with the people where white folks will like him. Yeah, keep it real. Latte said, just came back from baseball. Sorry, King. My J swept your O's for the first time in many moons. Anyways, hope y'all doing well. No problem, Latte.
Boo.
He said, I don't know. Did y'all talk about WrestleMania 2027 in Saudi? But personally, I don't really like the idea. But money is money to open new business. Yeah, we talked about it a little bit earlier, Latte, that it's a nasty look. That it might be the downfall of WWE.
Just a little bit.
And he also says NXT has been interesting. Some deserve to be in the main roster, like Ethan Page, Obafemi. They look good. Ladies side, I think Lola, Jada can have a shot, but next in line is Lash Legends to get a call up. Yeah, I already talked about Lola as well. Like Lola, legit. I like Lola. Sorry, Queen. I didn't mean it like that. But all right, y'all. That's another episode of We Talk Combats. We appreciate y'all so much for being here. I know this was a long episode. We had a lot of things to cover today. Appreciate B. He'll be back. I'm King. We have Queen, Devon, and Travis. We'll be back next Sunday as Palooza and all that stuff as well. May need you to do a rerun, Dev, because we're gonna be busy, me and Queen, that evening. But if you haven't already, do that. Hit the subscribe button beside Travis's shoulder, his left shoulder, somewhere down there. Also hit the like button, notification bell, so you're notified whenever we have new shows. Also, if you could follow us on We Talk Combat Clips, where we do all the condensed versions of our shows. We already talked about Playback, Discord, and those type of things. Follow. We'll go to our description and follow all of our socials there as well. Do us another favor and follow us at Cap and Crown as well. If you're a fan of NBA, new school, and old school, we have shows every Monday and Wednesday evening. Myself and Rel, we'll have a show tomorrow, so definitely check us out there. Also, if you're a fan of the geek culture, check out Cause We Geeked and subscribe there, where we have B.A. Rel, Big J, and Will as well. I almost forgot their names, but definitely check those guys out, and also check out B.A. with my guys Larry and Calvin on Get Off the Damn Fence. They do shows every Wednesday as well. But other than that, anybody else got anything they want to say real quick? No? All right. Well, we're going to end the show with that one, y'all. We appreciate you guys again for being here. We'll see you guys next week. Definitely, like I say, follow us because you want to be a part of these free watch-alongs. We do them damn near every day. Check us out in Discord and Playback. But other than that, this is We Talk Combats, the best damn sports combat review show on YouTube and also the blackest. We'll see y'all next week. Same
in
combat
the entire world.
Yes, sir. Same Combat Sport time, same Combat Sport channel. And we out. Appreciate y'all. Peace.